Here. I guess we should move our camera over here. Well, that's interesting. Got a phone call. Oh, we're live.
We are
See
live?
all that stuff. Yeah, we are live now.
Oh my goodness.
Bright? Man, that is bright too. Turn that around. There we go.
It has been a long time.
It's been a while.
It's been a really long time.
Yeah.
We used to do this very regularly, and we've been busy doing all kinds of things, and I've missed doing this because it's fun to see familiar faces.
I gotta shoot a text to somebody that just called me.
Okay, but guess who just said hi? This is why I miss doing lives, because Jenny Tootin is on.
Wow.
Yeah.
I haven't heard her name for a while.
Yeah.
So cool.
Miss you also. Tell me, how are you doing? I believe in South Carolina. So let us know how you're doing and what you're working on. And if you have any questions for Chris, that's why we're here. But
yeah, so we're here to answer questions. It's been a long time. I mean, it's easier to answer them live than it is to type them. So
that is true. I was going to start typing, but I guess I won't do that. I'll just read.
You could read the questions.
Mike's with us. Thank you for being with us.
So we're going to be giving away several gift cards tonight on our live show.
Yes, we are, to our store.
To Paint Life Supply Co. So multiple $50 gift cards. We just did a YouTube premiere where we gave away my video stripping a table. Not me stripping on the table, stripping the table. Maybe that would have got a lot more views. So
I got him. I got the visual.
So and now Rainey's trying to be part of the show down here.
So KRC says hi from Florida. And Donnie says hello from Arkansas.
Luke says hi from Boise.
Okay, he's not far. I was gonna have to message him and say we're doing a live show, but he knows now.
He's like a long ways away, right in the gym outside. So,
yes. So Jenny says we're good, same as ever, working a lot to cover Christmas family adoptions. Good to see you. Oh, let us know, who are you adopting and when are you adopting? And that's awesome to hear.
Yeah, that's really cool. So,
S. White's from Aruba. I've always wanted to go there.
Never. I guess.
Have you heard that song? Sing the song.
Aruba, Aruba.
That's not how it goes. That's not how it goes.
I started my company and I'm learning how to do books. I'm gonna sneeze. Oh my gosh. That was weird.
Yeah. Well, we have our doggy.
We have the doggy.
We adopted. I mean, we're grandparents now, but we adopted. Come here, Rainey.
She knows something's going on.
Yes, we adopted her. So we have a fur.
She's going, what are you guys doing? This is not cool.
Yes.
So he said how to do the books and what advice have you on how to build clients. So one advice I got is as you're doing your bids and estimates, you should be gathering email addresses, and when you do those estimates, you can email people, send out a newsletter, and so you build customers and clients based off of your newsletter and based off of your email database that you create over years. I mean, years and years of painting, I've got a pretty huge database of email addresses that I market to, and those clients that you market to, give them really cool tips and tricks on email newsletters. A lot of them will share it and pass it on to friends, and your clientele base will grow just based off of that. People sharing the cool information that you give them, tips and tricks, in their newsletter. So
Rick Salisbury said you ate Channing Tatum, my guys. So I think I know who that is.
Channing Tatum.
I think he's well, anyways, he's he's better than my Channing Tatum. I don't know.
So we got Alabama. Kelly from Alabama. Kelly Grubbs is hanging out. We got Stockton, California. So that's where the Diaz brothers are from. The Stockton Bad Boys. So I like watching UFC fighting. So I know where Stockton's at. Paul says hello. Let's see what's going on Paint Live TV. First time with you guys live. Much love. Des won. So
Thank you for
we're
being
just
with us.
hanging out here answering questions. It's kind of we used to do it all the time.
We
And
did.
so
But we've been busy
yeah.
with you're doing jobs and then you're running a store and then what else are we doing? We've been traveling and
I look like I need
you've
a
been
tan.
that's okay. It's our lighting. We can blame it on
It's
the
a little
lighting.
bit bright, huh?
Yeah, you can blame it on the lighting.
It is wintertime too, so in the wintertime we don't get sun here in Idaho.
So Kelly says, are we going to be learning about painting cabinets today? So if you
Yep.
have any questions about that, that would be great. Ask them, and Chris is here to answer. We did. That's what I was thinking. What did we just finish? We just finished. It took a couple years. An online cabinet course.
Yeah. So
Can you say a little bit about it?
yeah, it's 4 years in the making. So there was been a lot of people. I had a physical academy. People would come to my physical academy, and I would teach the cabinet painting process there. But there's a lot of people that couldn't travel long distances and stuff, and there was a demand for an online cabinet course. So I just recently launched our online cabinet course. And it starts from the very beginning process, marketing your company. So there's some business lessons in there, marketing, advertising. Then it gets into estimating, and then it gets in the cabinet painting process from the prepping process to the painting process to touching up at the end and closing out a job. It's cabinet painting from A to Z. How to.
But it's different because you've done a lot of cabinet videos, A to Z. How is it different? Can you explain it to people?
There's I think there's a total of like 56 lessons, 49 videos, and each topic, the topics are shorter, a lot more in depth. Very detailed, and I go over a lot of specifics, way more detailed than I ever have. And it's I start more with a classroom outline type process, and it's very structured. And then I just begin the teaching process. So
it's kind of like your process of how you did it and how you've been successful to make money doing cabinets. But the thing that what I really liked about it is that, say you have a question about sanding, you don't have to sit there and write 5 hours of videos to find that sanding episode. There's a little sanding video that you go directly to.
So it's very
easy to navigate.
It's very easy to navigate, and the lessons are all broke down with titles. You know exactly where to find that lesson, where to find that topic, and then if you want to know the sanding process, there's a lesson on it, very detailed. There's quizzes at the end, and there's a final exam. You have to pass it all, and then you get a certificate from us. So. But we're here live. We can answer any of your questions live about cabinet painting. If you got,
the cabinet course, we just put it out like not even 2 weeks ago. And how does it work? Can you explain how it works?
The cabinet course.
Yeah, like how do they buy it and how do they use it?
It's sold at Paint Life Supply Co. You would just go there, you would purchase it, and then once you purchase it, you create a login. So you'll log in at paintlifesupply.com, and that logs you into the cabinet course, and then you can take the cabinet course. In all the lessons, you can watch the videos and everything from whatever location you want to. Whatever computer you want to log into, you can log in from your phone or you can log in from a computer. You can take it at your own pace, one lesson at a time. If you wanted to do the whole course and you were really motivated, there's 5.5 hours of video content on there. I think the total either 49 or 56 videos total. It would take you about 2 days, about 3 to 4 days if you're slower and you want to just really take in all the information, because there's notes. At the end of it, I have highlights and notes, so you can review those notes.
Kelly says, questions? Do you have to take the hinges off and number each door?
So you do have to take the hinges off. So
why is that important? Are they all the same?
So, well, you take them off because you don't want to paint the hinges for one thing, and the hinges It's almost impossible to mask them. They're small. You have to label the doors, and because the doors have to go back exactly where they came off, and the hinges. A lot of times, we're very accustomed to actually labeling the hinges because most hinges have a lot of adjustments, not a lot, but several adjustments to them. And so when you hang the doors back up without the matching hinges, your doors are going to be all out of adjustment and you're going to have to readjust them. So, in the beginning, of my career, we went and labeled the hinges, and then we were spending an hour to 2 hours adjusting cabinet doors. And so now we pull the doors off, label the doors, and then we label the hinges and take the screws with the hinges and set them aside. In the cabinet course, there's a very detailed explanation and how we go about doing that.
Well,
So I talk about it in my cabinet course. I actually talk about it at my desk. So I do a lot of talking in like a classroom type environment. But then we also go right out to the job site and we show you in the real world what it looks like on the job site doing it.
so that's why I think, you have hundreds of videos out there showing you doing cabinets, but this was a very specified project that you set up to help people go through step by step to do their cabinets. And so it's a little bit different,
Yeah.
but I think it's going to help a lot of people. So
Yeah.
if you do have any questions, um, this is
So
what we're
yeah,
here for.
Asia says you don't paint hardware. I don't know if that's a question or a statement, but we don't paint hardware, never. So if there's paint on the hardware, like the last job I did, it had kind of some old historic hardware, and we actually stripped the paint off the hardware and reused it because it was kind of like a restoration of an older home, and so you couldn't find those same hinges for one thing, and then they were old hinges, and it was kind of cool to put the old ones back on. So no, we never paint hardware ourselves. It's not meant to be painted. It basically will make your job look like a do-it-yourself job if you do paint it. So whether you're brushing or rolling or spraying, always remove it.
So you just did a project this last week. It's just been a week of stripping and refinishing a kitchen table. Would you use that stripper on kitchen cabinets if there was a lot of paint? Is that something
I mean,
you
if
would?
you wanted to strip your cabinets down to bare wood to stain and lacquer them, because you wanted a different look to them, you didn't want them painted. That stripper, so it's Kibosh Active Strip,
Mhm.
best stripper I've ever used before. Absolutely amazing. If you wanted to strip them, yeah. If there was so many coats of paint on them, and they had like a chunky look to them because they weren't painted good or they have brush strokes all over them, nicks and dings, you can strip them down to the bare wood and start all over again. The stripping kitchen cabinets could get very costly, and I'm not sure like the cost benefit to replacing them. The
But
video
it's an
was
option.
definitely an option, and they could be historic cabinets. Yeah, you'd want to strip them, and because you couldn't replace them. So if you wanted an eco-friendly, almost no odor, water-based stripper, Kibosh Active Strip is absolutely amazing, and it'll strip up to 15 coats of paint, in one application. So
So I have a question for you.
yeah,
But also, if you don't get your questions answered here, we created a group a couple years ago called Paint Life Members on Facebook, and it's a private group, and there's over 11,000 members, and the whole intention of the group was to have painters helping painters. So painters all around the world can share their work, ask questions, get help. So if you have questions, if you're new to cabinets, join the group. I think there's just a couple questions.
so we got
Um,
Kelton Smith. What's the best sprayer and tip to use for spraying cabinets?
and on product.
So when it comes to spraying cabinets, recently I've reviewed some of those do-it-yourself sprayers, like a Dino, whatever, X7 or some weird thing. Those do-it-yourself sprayers. are not going to give you a super high quality finish. They're not, they're not meant to, but they're affordable. You definitely want to step into, a professional quality sprayer that's going to give you the proper atomization and stuff. The sprayer isn't as important, probably, is the tip you use. I think the best fine finish tips out there now for spraying cabinets are tri-tech tips. And if I'm spraying cabinets, I'm going to be using, some of it depends on the product. If I'm using paints like Advance or Emerald Urethane, I'm probably going to be using a 310. If I'm using a 2K poly, I'm probably going to be like a 206 to a 208. So it depends, and it's going to be a tri-tech. I think the atomization of their tips is far superior to any other tips out there. I think I've had a lot of success spraying cabinets. Tritech T4 is an absolutely amazing small pump that I've had success spraying cabinets with, and a Titan 440 or 410 are two like entry level professional sprayers that will give you good results.
So Kelly said, "What's the name of the group?" Go to YouTube and type it in. So it's not on YouTube; it's a Facebook group.
It's Paint Life members. So if you type in Paint Life members on Facebook, you'll that group will come up, and then you've got to ask to join it. You got to answer a few questions and say you're going to obey a few rules.
So Rich Soundsbury said, "Can you link the spray shield handle you used for the cardboard spray shield, please? I can't find it." And so, if he
let's see if I can pull it up here and throw the link in there real fast. But
so Kelly says, "So if I paint a set of cabinets, say 8 cabinet doors and 4 drawers, would it be safe to charge $900?" And I think
read that again. Read that again.
Okay, so if I paint a set of cabinets, say 8 cabinet doors and 4 drawers, would it be safe to charge $900? And I think there's a lot of variables that go in, because depending on where your cost of living, the cost of doing business, your labor cost, your product cost, you could lose money doing that, or you could make a little bit of money.
Yeah. Okay, read it to me one more time.
So
let me think about
8 cabinet doors and 4 drawers, would it be safe to charge $900?
I mean, for me, no. So I would have a minimum charge that I'm going to show up for out there for it. And in a job like that, you're going to be out there. There's no way you can do that job in one day, I don't think. And it's going to be 2 days.
By the
like
time you take all the hardware apart, prep it.
Yeah, 1.5 days. And so, I would have to get $1,500 to do that job. And it's a difficult one because it's not like a vanity, like a bathroom vanity. You can get in and out in one day, so I'd be comfortable charging less than 1,000 for a vanity. But it sounds like that's like an entertainment center or something like that. 8 doors, the drawers. Yeah. But then again,
that's why I'm saying I'd encourage you to join Paint Life members, because that's a place where you can go and, depending on where you live, what your cost of doing business is, what products you're using, do you have work? How, hungry are you?
Yeah.
And so, that's a good place to go there. And
so we're getting some feedback, and we got some people saying that's cheap. Someone says very cheap. To me, that's that would be really, really low. So I would say like the average size kitchen, what I'm going to charge, it's right around $5,500 for the average size set of kitchen cabinets, and that's a 2.5 day job. And so $5,500. So you look at something that's a lot smaller, but you still got the whole setup, you got the whole tear down, you got the whole painting one day, then come back and reinstalling the next day. So you got to take that all into consideration.
And you have liability, and there's a lot. So somebody says, how would you go about painting nice wooden tables as opposed to staining them? So you've done a lot of furniture.
I've done a lot of furniture. So
you usually spray it.
Yeah. So I always typically spray furniture. The video I just did, I just uploaded today, stripping this pretty cool table that had multiple coats of paint, a poly, wax on it and stuff. I brushed it because I wanted a hand brushed flat 2K poly on it. And I wanted that kind of like, flat hand brush look to it. But I typically spray furniture and I typically spray it with a 2K poly. And rarely would I ever attempt to brush a piece of furniture, especially like the reason why I did the table was I stained and clear coated it. I would never try to brush a paint. You're never going to get that just super um, professional, high quality finish to it. So, see, someone Tiger, do you add more if clients' dogs are peeing on your tarps and clients?
It's
So
not
I
good.
so I actually had one time a cat took a poop on one of our tarps. That was kind of interesting. Um, yeah, pretty annoying. And one time, this is an interesting story. One time, this client said, whatever you do, the cat can't get outside. And what gave us this big warning, and that's the cat that pooped on our tarp. And I was really annoyed by this cat,
Oh
and
gosh.
the cat did escape and got outside, and I absolutely panicked. And my partner and I, Darren, we're trying to chase down this cat, and I grabbed the cat, and grabbed it. And I was running inside, and it was like clawing me on my head, cut me up on my arms and stuff. As it was freaking out because I thought I was going to kill it, like I was I don't know, a dog or something. But but it like literally like hacked me up, and I threw it inside. When the lady came home, I told her, hey, your cat pooped on the tarps and stuff, and kind of like accidentally escaped. And but I caught it, and I said I got a couple wounds and stuff. And she's like, oh, it would have been no big deal if it was outside. And I was like, I couldn't believe it because I was like, you're the one that told me I couldn't go outside. And it was like the craziest thing. And now I got these wounds all over my arms.
So
And she
being
was
a
like,
good painter isn't enough on a paint job site anymore. You have
sometimes
to
you
be
gotta
good with
be,
animals
yeah,
and
you
with
you gotta
people,
be a good
communicating.
animal capturer, is what do they call those things? People. So that was Tiger. He was actually on our premiere. So
Yes,
let's see, we got. I know it varies by market, but what are some rough numbers of what a person could make?
you already did.
Oh, okay.
You go down that.
Okay, you can ask me some questions.
So, any suggestions for setting the variable pressure on Apollo HVLP when using latex paint?
So what was that? Say it again.
Any suggestions for setting the variable pressure on Apollo HVLP when using latex paint?
So latex, like if you're spraying latex, like a 2K poly runs very well through an Apollo. A lot of like latex paints, if you're talking like emerald urethane, or you're talking,
PPG,
no, not
Command.
PPG, no, not Command, you know, advanced. I mean, they're very viscous coatings. Um, they go very well through an airless sprayer, not very well through an HVLP sprayer. You got to thin them too much. From my experience, once you thin them, you get them thin, they have a tendency to run and stuff. You definitely got to know your needles and nozzles. You got to jump up to a higher needle and nozzle
For latex
size
paint?
for latex paint, significantly larger than you would for using like a 2K poly. And but if I was using um, just a latex paint, another like Solo, even yeah, even probably PBG Breakthrough Command, both of those, I would use an airless sprayer versus an Apollo HVLP
That's where my
sprayer.
angel painting just said, what machine is best for spraying cabinets?
So it all depends on the product you're using. So if you're using a 2K poly, here's the difference between. So what's interesting is nowadays airless sprayers and HVLP sprayers, kind of like the gap between the quality of finish has closed. You can get just as good of a finish with as an airless sprayer as you can an HVLP sprayer, but with 2K polys and catalyzed products, when you're catalyzing them, your products become really, really expensive, and airless sprayers crank out a ton of product, create a lot of waste and overspray and silica dust. And so, um, an Apollo HVLP sprayer, this is the difference. You're running at 1800 psi on an airless sprayer. When I'm running my Apollo, I'm running it at 4.5 psi. That is a massive difference,
That
and
is
you're putting a lot of silica dust in the air with an airless
airless.
sprayer, a lot of chemicals through the atomization in the air. An Apollo, um, you're going to get what we call a better transfer rate of your material to your substrate. So better transfer, less odor because of not atomizing it at high pressures, and way you can dial it into like a pattern like this small, where an airless sprayer, the smallest pattern is going to be about that wide. So
More control for
more control.
smaller.
Yeah.
So I have a
And,
question. I'm just looking at your sweatshirt and I was thinking, we went there
mhm.
and so you could let people know about that company, but also Paint Life Supply Co. What are they giving away this month? They
Oh,
do giveaways
so
every
yeah.
month.
So Paint Life Supply Co. is giving away another 3x4 sander. They've given
And
away.
they're like almost
Um,
$600.
yeah, it's like a $600 sander. So if you want a chance to win one, go to Paint Life Supply. There's a link. Go to the Instagram, Paint Life Supply Co. on Instagram. There's a link to
Like a link tree.
enter to win the sander. We've given one away before. We're giving another one away. So couple clicks and you could be the lucky person to win one of those sanders. So Unita is the maker of the 3x4 Ecosand sander that I use when it comes to painting cabinets. And I just happened to be there in New York, got to tour the factory. They gave me the cool sweatshirt, and I guess I just really like wearing it now.
Mhm.
And it's cold in Boise, so I like wearing sweatshirts when it's cold.
So Image
Um,
BJ71, I joined. Could you please recommend a paint brand in Australia? Thank you.
a paint like so I've been to Australia, I've been to Sydney and they say Melbourne. In the US, like when I look at it, it looks like it's in Melbourne,
That's what I
but
say.
it's Melbourne. So
Okay.
we've been there, and I went there and I taught at the Deluxe Accredited Painters Academy, and
My room next door is painted with their paint
painted with deluxe paint.
because they sent
And
us paint.
yeah, I got to go, into their labs. I got to meet the chemist and some of them there, and I think Deluxe makes the best paints over there in Australia.
So
So
I think
um,
it seems like um, every company has their levels of paint.
every company has levels of paint,
Yes. So I
and
would say, to always try to buy the upper paints because you kind of get what you pay for.
you definitely get what you pay for. And it's kind of when you're buying, for instance, Benjamin Moore's lifetime warranty paint, you're buying their best quality paint. And if you step down into a 15-year warranty paint, there's a reason why it's a 15-year warranty. There's a reason why it costs less. And in order to make it cheaper and more affordable, what they're going to do is they're going to take out some of the expensive products in it, like the resins and some components like titanium that makes the paint cover better, and there's some other things to it
What makes
besides.
it not splatter? Because it seems like the more expensive paint doesn't
You know,
splatter
I,
as
I think
much.
quality of resins is one thing,
Okay.
and the amount of resins, is another thing. But then a lot of the ingredients like low quality cheap clays and stuff like that, as fillers and stuff, make it so it don't cover, and then enhance it splattering and stuff like that. So there's just when you buy a cheaper paint, it's cheaper for a reason, and
Mhm.
so. Throughout my entire career, when it came to exterior paint, exterior specifically, I always painted with a lifetime warranty paint. For cabinets, I'm always searching for the best. I think the best technologies out there now, 2K polys, water-based 2K polys. I think there's multiple companies out there. Ilva, Malaysia, Renner. I've got a bunch of experience with Renner. Renner 851 specifically, absolutely great product for doing cabinets. So um, yeah, I think you gotta, especially cabinets, you gotta stick to a high quality coating. For one thing, 2K polys, I had a lot of experience with lacquers, and lacquers dry super fast, sand really quick. has short stack times. You can get in and out of a house in 2.5 days and be done. You could never do that with a water-based coating like Advance or EU until we started messing with 2K polys. Now 2K polys are in and out just like a lacquer, but you can catalyze because if it's 2K, you can catalyze it. Now you can get a more durable product, scratch resistant, water resistant, chemical resistant versus a lacquer.
So, Joey says, "Hey, Idaho Painter, thank you for all your informative videos. I recently picked up a Graco X5 and painted my house myself because of your videos. Thank you." And then Matt says, "How much is the Apollo HVLP, the one you own?"
So the Apollo, so I have the Apollo Pro LE, and the Pro LE is comes with a remote pot that is on the unit itself. That's about $3,500, I believe, for that unit. I think that's the best HVLP spray and setup for cabinets that you could possibly buy. So I think we can give Joey Hatch. Said he wanted to thank us, whatever. I think give him a gift card.
A $50 gift card
$50
to the store.
gift card to the store.
So how does he get it, Joey Hatch?
You tell him how while I
so
pull up this HVLP
what you need to
sprayer.
do is you need to go to paintlifesupply.com, and there's a little chat button in the right bottom corner, and you say, "I'm who you are, and this is my email address. I won a $50 gift card to the store." And on the chat button, we will email you a gift card to use at the store. So thank you for sharing that with us.
So Edwin Rodriguez, he just bought a Graco X5 sprayer. How would you rank that? So I've tested and I've reviewed multiple of the X model Graco sprayers, and I'd say that. So, and I'll lump a bunch of sprayers together. So I'm going to say like, the Graco X5, X7, X9, X17, along with Titan Control Max, their whole Control Max series, and the Dino, whatever, X6, I don't know what it is, the Dino something. All those sprayers are not professional model sprayers. Those are designed for do-it-yourselfers. They're usually, you usually don't lube them. You can't repack them. They come with cheaper SIF hoses, really inexpensive guns. There's a reason why they're $200 to $300. But what's interesting is
they work.
They actually work. So they spray paint, and you can actually. I was messing around with and reviewing. I think the X17 painting a commercial building. I painted an entire exterior with an X5, and they do atomized paint and they spray paint. What's interesting is they're rated to not last very long at all. So I had a gal come in, I think an X9 came into our store the other day, was really frustrated. She's on the job site, it's her only sprayer, and she was needing some parts for it because it was leaking paint all over the place. And I had to explain to her, that's one of the drawbacks about the X models. Pumps is and the Control Maxes, you can't get parts for them. I mean, once it goes bad, it goes bad. So if you don't want to be down, you better have another one. And I know there's a lot of painters that have a lot of success buying an X17 and just knowing when it goes bad, I can't repair it. I just throw it away and go buy another one. And then so they're always just cycling through them. And so that's one way you can do things. And I know on our social media and stuff, there's painters that have success doing that. And so it works for them. It's just that like the guns are really cheap, hoses are really stiff, and if the sprayer falls out of your truck, it's probably going to break. All the components like the stand, everything, weak, thin metals and everything. But once again, like Lisa said, it sprays paint. It's going to paint your paint job, whatever you're doing.
Yeah. So somebody wanted to know, do we sell 2K polys with catalyst? And
we don't.
Our store is Paint Life Supply Co. And we sell everything you need for your paint project but paint. And, that's by design why we're doing that, because Chris uses a lot of different paint products and he's always testing different products. And so, we want to equip you guys with the tools, but you can get paint elsewhere. And then also we're a small store. So if you go into the paint selling business, we don't have enough space to do it at this time. So as of right now, Chris is constantly using different products. He's going to be doing a project this coming week doing Bear, is it Marquee?
Bear Marquee.
He's going to be testing that out. And so that's what's been kind of fun is he gets to try all kinds of different products and use all kinds of different products. And we're letting the paint companies use, you know.
If you saw, like, I just posted the video that I just did that table. Obviously, you're going to see what I was using. You know, I was using a Renner 851 on that, and I was brushing that. It brushed out really well. I think a lot of it is just like what's available to you, you know, and what's, you know, a lot of the coatings that I use are not going to be available outside the United States. I think like here in Boise, you can get a couple of them, like Ilva is readily available in a paint store. You know, a lot of them, you got to get them online. And so do a search online to see what's available for you. And I think a lot of them are very comparable. And I think, you know, across the board, you know, Envirolac makes a great 2K poly. You know, see if you can find out if they're available. Like I say, Envirolac, Ilva, Malaysia, Benner. I mean, see who's available to you and give them a try. I think you're going to probably, if you don't have a ton of experience, you know, they're all going to be very familiar, or they're all going to kind of be very similar in the results.
And there's a learning curve with every product you.
Yeah, there's definitely a learning curve to them, but they act similar to latex paints, but then they're kind of like in between a lacquer and a latex paint. So, yeah.
Okay, so do we have any more winners?
You can pick the next one. What paint is the best? What sprayer is the best, Titan or Graco? What color do you like, blue or red? So I've used like I have them all. I've got Graco 695, Titan 1140, Graco's 395, Titan's 440s.
So just compare big pump
I think
big
like
and little pump to little pump.
I think like, you know, over my career, I think like I thought Graco made a really good big pump in the 695. Thing was a workhorse, held up very strong, very rarely had any issues with it. I thought Titan makes a really amazing small pump, which is the Titan 440. And I had like at one time like 15 of them, 440 impacts. Or 440 eyes, a total of like 15. I think Tritech, I'll throw this one in there, Tritech, the Tritech line, if you want something truly made in the USA, Tritech is truly made in the USA. The others claim they are, but they're not. They're just assembled here.
And some parts are made here.
Some parts are, but the whole sprayer, Tritech, the whole sprayer is made in the USA. Completely indestructible. What I like about Tritech is they're just completely stripped down. They don't have a lot of all the little gimmicks and gadgets to them that I just think break down. The less electronics to me, the better. The less little boxes and other things, I think the better.
So this guy says, "Thanks for your videos. I don't see you often. What happened?"
I don't see me often.
So you're on Facebook every day, Instagram every day, Pinterest, TikTok.
I post YouTube. 2 videos on YouTube.
But you haven't been doing live.
Maybe it's live. Maybe
yeah, probably live. I think we are super busy running 2 different businesses, and it's something, like I said, we miss, but we just have to fit it in.
What's the big difference between the 390 and the 395? Think about getting me one, but still contemplating, you know. So I can't answer that question, you know, right off the top of my head. Usually every time I'm like trying to figure these things out, I just grab the specs of the sprayer, and I'm going to probably say the size of the motor. So you're probably a smaller motor, which means smaller gallons per minute. And usually what happens is you go down in a smaller motors, down in smaller gallons per minute, then you have to go down into the largest tip size you can use. So but I can't give you the specifics on those two right here, unfortunately. Sorry.
Yes, he said live videos. That's
Yeah, yeah. So I mean, we used to do at least two a month, and so yeah, it's been we've been just really, really busy, and trying to over the last 2 years start up the store and doing a lot of other things. I mean, I spent the last 4 years trying to put this cabinet academy together. And that was a lot of work. And I'm actually working on now a masking course. So that masking course will be coming out, hopefully by the end of January. And so just a lot of things, a lot of different things we're doing. So, I mean, hopefully we keep telling ourselves that we need to get on and do live more often because it just gives us the ability to really just answer your questions right here. See you not face to face, but you can see our face. And
we get to see your names, and
yeah.
I think there are names that stand out, and it's good to see. So Edwin says, thanks for the information. What sprayer would you recommend for a beginner like myself trying to expand my business?
I started my painting company. The very first sprayer I got was a Titan 440i, which is now the Titan 410. And so that's going to be your entry level sprayer. It's going to run $850. So it all depends on your budget. And if I had it to do it all over again, if I had the money, I would probably start into a little bit bigger sprayer. And just to say, like, to keep on the same name, Titan, I probably would start with the Titan 4 or 740 because it's more versatile. Like in new construction, we were doing new construction with our 440i, just working the heck out of that little tiny sprayer. And a 4 or 740 is going to be more versatile, and it's larger pump. You can use larger tips with it. You can jump into like a 12, 21 tip, stuff like that, and it's not going to just work the crap out of the pump. So but a Titan 410. I do like a Tritech T4 is a beginner's pump. A Tritech T4 is going to be more equivalent to a Titan 540. And so when it comes to the size of the motor and the gallons per minute, that's why it does cost more. But I do kind of like black and silver, and I like the fact it doesn't have plastic on it.
So Brian H says, just painted my house this summer. Thanks to you. Got my Tritech T4 and all the goods worked perfectly, and all the tips and tricks from the video helped immensely. Thank you for sharing.
Cool.
I mean, that's why we're here. Chris keeps doing what he's doing.
I mean, give him a gift card. You haven't given one away.
Brian H. You get a $50 gift card to our store. Maybe you can, it sounds like he already got everything, but coffee mug, sweatshirt,
who knows?
Hat.
Your tips don't last forever, so
that is true.
You get a couple tips. So, hey, I would love for you to come down to Orlando, Florida, so we can paint some cabinets and go to Disney World. We've been to Disney World, haven't we?
Yes, we have.
In Orlando?
Yes.
So we've been to Orlando. Florida would be nice to go. It's really cold here now.
It is.
But I like to snowboard, so that's kind of one of my things I do. And but Florida, it would be nice. It'd be nice to go.
So did we tell Brian H how to get his gift card?
No.
Okay, why don't you tell him?
So to claim your gift card, Brian, all you got to do is go to paintlifesupply.com. There's the chat icon, how you actually chat with us live. The Paint Life crew, sometimes it's actually me, sometimes it's you. And so go there, tell us what you want. We'll verify it's you. Get your email address, and we'll email you the gift card. So do I look like I've gained weight?
You're in a bulking phase.
Why did I look like we need to get some professional people in here that'll set these cameras up to make me look like I'm 24 and
you were
62.
You were 24 years ago.
I've gained some weight. Maybe
you're healthy.
I'm a grandpa, if you guys didn't know.
Oh yeah, that's the best thing in the whole world.
Do I look like a grandpa? You're trying to figure it out.
I'm trying to figure out.
So and that means which that means you're
I have a
grandma.
grandma. Yeah.
So we're
And I'm
grandpas
not
and
going to ask
grandmas.
that. I'm smart.
So does she look like a grandma?
Yeah, no, that's not a good question to ask right now.
So let's see. I'm a professional house painter, and I also do epoxy countertops.
I
That's kind
want
of cool.
I want you to learn. That's the next thing to learn.
I also custom paint furniture on my free time, and even though it drives me crazy that I'm in the garage and shop all the
And
time.
his name's Chris.
Chris.
And
CC.
so, yeah, I love all the projects Chris does for me.
Yeah.
I keep him in the garage all the time.
Yeah, oh my gosh, yeah. Yeah, you can actually make really good money doing furniture. So there's really good fun.
We literally, you
Um,
did a dresser and a nightstand, and remember, like it was
yeah,
literally $1 piece of furniture.
yeah. So
Place went out of business. Kind of sad.
yeah, there was like a secondhand store that we went and got some furniture from, and man, you can flip furniture. I mean, we flipped that one dresser we did a video on. Afton got the dresser
A
a
dollar.
dollar,
$1.
and we flipped it for like $3.50 in a day.
75. Something like that.
I touched it up, clear coated it, bang, good money in it.
So we have a grandson, and he started crawling 2 days ago, and they're going to be being back in the area in a week. So we're
They're-
super excited.
they're coming back. So
We're super, super excited about that. So,
if you look at my neck,
would you
it makes
stop?
it look.
Okay, stop. You're not
I look
supposed to.
like a grandpa
You're not supposed.
when you
Okay,
look.
you're not
That's
supposed to look at yourself.
maybe that's why Afton keeps telling me I'm turning into a grandpa right in front of her eyes.
You're staring at yourself. You're not supposed to stare at yourself.
Well,
You're supposed
I'm
to look
sure.
at the feet.
I mean, it's like right in front of me. It's like hard not to look at it. It's like I gotta like.
So, but we
We need to
do.
get a lighting expert in here. That's gonna help me out.
Okay,
We
but
should do makeup before we. Well, you
yeah,
did your makeup.
no, I did not. I have no makeup on. I have lip gloss on.
Do I need makeup?
I needed makeup, but I didn't do it. But anyways,
Okay.
we are gonna have to get going. If you want to win an Unida sprayer, how can people win it?
I'm not sure that Unida's got into the sprayer business
Oh,
yet.
Unida
but-
sander.
Yeah, I think they're only sanding
Okay,
and
so
abrasives.
Our store, Paint Life Supply Co., does giveaways every single month. Last month they did some gift cards. One person won $500 at the store, 250, 100. We've given away a lot of big things.
Mhm.
We've given away sprayers. So every month we're doing giveaways. So if you want to have a chance to win something, how can they find out about winning?
If you go to Paint Life Supply Co.'s Instagram, there's always in the bio, there's a link, to our giveaways that we're doing. Once again, it's every month there's a big giveaway. So
Yeah.
we've given away multiple sprayers. We've given away a Tritech T4, a Titan 440. We've given away the Paint Line PSDR system.
So if they want to know about that, they have to follow Paint Life Supply Co. social to find out about it.
Yeah.
And then also
what? Idaho, you should try Renner. Is honestly the best product for cabinets. So I've tried Renner and a bunch of products from Renner, and I do got to say they are absolutely amazing. So Renner 851 is probably, it has like a really thick, heavy build to it, and way better than a lacquer. So give it a try. It's a great product. So yes, you're right. Dark
And-
fader.
And so also want to let you guys know, because Chris is busy and can't answer every single question, we created the group Paint Life Members on Facebook. So if you want to be part of the Paint Life family, Paint Life Members, go on Facebook, join the group, and every month we like to spotlight a different member that is being positive, that is encouraging, that's sharing and helping. And so you can see on the top of the feed the different people that have won that. Last year we had a Paint Life Member of the Month, and he did get a sprayer. And so, we've created these communities because we're part of the community just like you guys are. But we want it to be a community that we support each other and help each other.
Yep.
And that there's no dumb questions. So make sure, join Paint Life Members. If you want to win a sander, go to Paint Life Supply Co. And if you're interested in the cabinet course, It is now for sale on our store. So it's the cabinet online course. And if you have any questions about it, we have a chat button and we have an intro video. And anyways, we want you guys to have success and to make a good living because you're providing a good service.
Apparently, my link worked for Rich Stansbury. Said he just ordered the spray shield handle. So
Well, that's
that's kind
good.
of cool.
That is very
actually
good.
worked. My Angels painting. Am I in? You are actually in the live show. So please, yeah, I run a fine tip and just hold back. So there's people answering questions for each other on here. Cool. So um, give away two. Are you gonna give away another gift card? Or are you done? You're like
We
out of here. You got stuff to do.
Well, I'm kind of hungry for dinner.
You're kind of done with this crowd.
No, I'm definitely not done with this crowd. We've worked all day and I still have dinner and some other work to do, but we wanted to check in with you
You
guys.
gotta like keep control of my time. You're out of here, dude. It's like you're done. This party's over, Chris.
I can leave you to stare at yourself.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to do something about that.
You got to stop staring at yourself. I'm not looking at myself.
Out of my peripheral vision, I keep going, who is that grandpa dude right there? Thanks for the helpful videos. Rob Gibson says, Chris, Northern Michigan. Um, Here, have a sister that lives out there in Eagle. So that's kind of cool. So Northern Michigan. I'm rooting for Michigan to win it all this year, college football. So
Okay.
hopefully they can beat Georgia. Not that I don't like Georgia. I'm just glad Alabama's not in there. Hopefully that didn't make anybody mad. So
we were in Georgia just a week ago.
Dang, battery died on me before I could get to the charger. Just got back on, Tiger says. So cool. So Michigan and Georgia, Tiger says. Diego Chapa, thank you for all the videos. You're welcome, Diego. So we got to get going because I'm hungry too. I've got to go eat an elk steak.
Okay. Well, thank you for being with us. And I hope you have a great evening and a very Merry Christmas.
So how do you sign off on this thing now?
I just did.
You did?
Well,
you gotta click a button.
Oh, that's you.
You can't.
You're my technical person.
Am I the technical guy?
You're my technical guy.
We need a crew to run this thing, but I'm gonna hit the end of the live stream thing, and we're gonna get out of here. Thank you everybody for being here. Hopefully we answered your questions. You can always continue to ask questions because this will be up and posted, for good on Paint Life TV. Out.